one was working. We tested it. And that one. If I can have everyone's attention, please. I'd like everyone to get seated. We're about to start soon.
Trust me, take it off while you can, Chris. Mike is falling. Oh, boy.
250 years ago, I helped organize a boycott of British books. And I know that the mother of the Boston Tea Party, of Bucket Hill, I set up a makeshift hospital here in that for the wounded patriots. And I also, for Judge Washington, indeed I did. My husband, John, and I, with our 9 children, live near the Pratt Bridge. You know what that is, right? John worked at the Hall Distillery, making fine Medford rum. Later, we moved to a farmhouse on Gold Road to Stoner, later named in my honor as Fulton Street. I personally know that thoroughfare. Later, I now reside, or I lie, at the same spot. I now reside, or I lie, at the same street there in Brighton. Word has reached me that a statue of himself will soon appear here at Medford City Hall this spring. Oh, we give our attention to the newly elected. Let us applaud. I'd be glad we still have a democracy and not a king.
Thank you so much. If I could have everyone please rise so I can admit the school committee. Medford Police Honor Guard.
There's always one hiccup.
Elbows close. Center face. Present home. Order home. Do something.
Thank you to the Medford Police Honor Guard. At this time, we'd like to admit the school committee. I'm going to start with Jenny R. Graham. Michael Mastroboni. Aaron J. Olapade. Jessica Parks. Erica L. Reinfeld. And Paul R. Russo. If I could have everyone please remain standing so I can admit the members of City Council. First, Back Bears. And Emily Lazaro. Matt Lemming. Liz Mullane. George Scarpelli. And Justin Singh. And please help me in welcoming Honorable Mayor of the City of Medford, Brianna Longo-Kern, if I can say it right. If I could have everyone please take a seat. So my name is Chris Suma. I am the recovery coach here for the City of Medford. And I am also the guy who's going to be making sure that things go from one step to the other through this process. I just want to tell you a little bit about me really quickly, and I'll make it brief. So I'm the recovery coach for the City of Medford. And for anybody who doesn't know what a recovery coach is, I help people that are addicted. For this job, it requires lived experience. So I am in recovery myself. And today, I just want to share for where I've been and where I'm at. And when people watch this today and they see somebody that they can relate to who's, someone who's dealing with substance use disorder, I mean, for me, this is making it. I mean, there was a time when I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't function normally. And here I am in front of all of you fine people, and what an honor it is that was bestowed upon me. And I am so grateful to be here, and I'm so honored, beyond honored to be here. That's just a little bit about my backstory. Obviously, in terms of accomplishments that I've made, you see it right here. This is one of my greatest accomplishments. I never thought that people that I look up to and admire would welcome me in the way that people have, and it's an amazing thing. And I'm so grateful to be here. I just want to make sure that that's said over and over again. I'll tell you, when I came to Medford, I was nervous, and I'm not a guy that normally gets nervous. I actually love being in front of crowds. I don't know if you guys can tell by that. But I was nervous because I'm embarking on a new adventure. There's new people I have to meet. There's new people. I don't know how they're going to feel about me, if they're going to welcome me in. And I have to say, the City of Medford and everybody in it has been exceptional. From day one, I have been made to feel as though I belonged here, and I should have been here years ago. Everybody was welcome. Everybody was loving, supportive. How can we help? What can we do to help? It just goes to show what a fantastic city Medford is. In terms of the elected officials, I can't speak highly enough about everybody in this room right now. Obviously, coming in here, I again, like I said, you're in front of people that at one point in my life I would dare to be in front of because they're probably going to try to throw me in jail. But today, I'm here and I'm welcomed in. And first time I came in, I remember I met our mayor, and fantastic. The way I was welcomed in, the ability to use her position to shed light on recovery and what we bring to the table. Super involved in everything. Being welcome to city council to share, the Board of Health, the Prevention and Outreach Department. I mean, I can't stress enough like how welcoming everybody has been, and it's amazing to be here. It's amazing to see everybody here, and okay. Brief little spiel about me. All right. If I could have everybody please stand, national leaders and the Pledge of Allegiance led by the Medford Scouts. You all may be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome up Rabbi Jessica Delera from Temple Shalom to lead an invocation.
The greatest sages of the Talmud never worked alone. They operated in chevruta, an Aramaic which is chaver, meaning friend or peer. Now the best chevruta, a study partner, this is a Jewish tradition that continues to this day, a study partner that you learn with on a regular basis, is not someone who always agrees with you on every issue. In fact, the best chevruta is the one who shows you when you're wrong, who tells you when you've got the wrong end of the stick. There's a line from Mishle, from Proverbs, that says, Barzel bevarzel yachad, iron sharpens iron. And this is the founding principle of learning and seeing the world through the lens of chevruta, principled partnership and opposition. Two of the most famous rabbis of the Mishnaic period, the Talmud, were named Shammai and Hillel. If you've heard of either of them, you've probably heard of Hillel and not Shammai, because Hillel takes precedence generally. Tractate Eruvin of the Talmud says that for 3 years, Beit Shammai, the students in the tradition of Shammai, and Beit Hillel, the students learning in the tradition of Rabbi Hillel, pressed their arguments. Ultimately, a bat kol, a divine voice, proclaimed, Elu ve'elu divrei Elohim chayim. These and those are the words of the living God. However, the ruling is in accordance with Hillel. Now, why does Hillel get this privilege of taking precedence? He's the one who ruled, many of you may be familiar with the holiday of Hanukkah, that the number of candles should go up from day to day so that the light increases in the world over the course of the day, whereas Shammai went the other way, starting with 8 and counting down. The argument being, we always go up in holiness. So why are the words of Hillel prioritized? Because the students of Hillel were civil and forbearing with each other and with their opponents. Not only their own statements, but those of Shammai as well. This is a tradition that's carried on in Judaism, a multivocal tradition, where the reason the Talmud is so long, it's something almost 3,000 pages long, is because all of the arguments for and against, no matter which ultimately took effect, are recorded, are studied, are thought about, and sharpened. Iron sharpens iron. Now, if you don't have the right chavruta, the one who will tell you when you're off base, it can be literally fatal. There's a story also in the Talmud about Rabbi Yochanan and his chavruta Reish Lakish. To spare a long story short, they had a falling out. A careless remark had wounded Reish Lakish, his lifelong chavruta, so badly that they fell out. And despite the pleading of Rabbi Yochanan, who was Reish Lakish's wife, caught in the middle of this, they never reconciled. Reish Lakish got sick and died, and Rabbi Yochanan had to find a new chavruta who was not satisfactory. In every matter, Rabbi Yochanan would speak, and Rabbi Elazar ben Padat, that's his new chavruta, would say to him, "Here is a teaching that supports your opinion." Rabbi Yochanan cried out, "With Reish Lakish, he would raise 24 difficulties against me, and I would answer him with 24 answers, and the ruling itself would become strengthened." So my wish for our city council, for our school committee, for our mayor, for our city, is that we honor multivocality. We are blessed to live in a city kinds of people from many different kinds of backgrounds and many different kinds of opinions, that we may always seek out the voices of everyone who agree with us already and those who do not agree, who may never agree, and finding value in the exercise, finding value in the iron that sharpens iron of coming together civilly and with forbearance and teaching each other. May we all be the chavruta for each other, the one who helps us sharpen our minds and improve our outcomes. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce the Poet Laureate, Max Howard.
Thank you for having me. My poem is called Begin, dedicated to the inauguration. And here we go. Begin with the new year, matching your mind to the calendar, aligning your readiness and intention, asking for ennobling work in a world that needs it. Begin with what is needed from you and a will that wants resistance. Muscle cannot grow without tearing, nor legacy blossom in shade. We live now in interesting times where we have normalized fearing the headlines, fearing for neighbors whose diverse beauty creates our city. Begin with yourself, all the love and luck that brought you where you find yourself today, remembering the power one voice wields, raised in the service of others. Begin in this room with an oath and an honored promise for the days ahead when you're confident and your ideals emerge as you shape the moment. Begin to see the years ahead as a chance at greatness. What else would this fair city and our miraculous world deserve and be destined for?
I'd like to introduce Carmen Catherine Clark to give remarks, please.
Thank you. Thank you all. Happy New Year. And Chris, thank you for starting us off with gratitude, and for the rabbi for inspiring words. And I'm going to make a new note to myself to never follow the Poet Laureate of Medford. Thank you so much, Max, for that. Be here with the citizens of Medford and all of you, friends, families, supporter, and also with our state delegation, Representative Dan Barber, and our state senator, Pat Jalen. So thank you for joining us. But I am truly pleased to be here with you, Madam Mayor, our city councilors, and school committee members. As a veteran of the Melrose School Committee, I have a special place in my heart for school committee members. I still think the toughest job in politics. So we are grateful to all of you. And congratulations to each and every one of you for the city has placed in you. And thank you for stepping up to serve the people of Medford. Public service is alive and well in this city, in the Commonwealth, and in our country. And that people of integrity and compassion and love for their neighbor are still choosing to devote their time and energy to of a better future. And despite everything we're seeing on the national stage, we have leaders who still believe that the rule of law isn't a suggestion. A community that believes quality public education is the right of every child, that climate change is real, that health care and child care and food are more important than billionaires. And we have leaders like Mayor Lungo Kern, who has given decades of service to this community, who guided us through a pandemic, and who is now guiding through Medford through all the chaos that we see coming down from Washington. And we are in a chapter of our history where it seems sometimes that the worst voices are the loudest. But today is a reminder and a reaffirmation that we fight back by building a strong community and a strong city here in Medford. And while the administration dismantles the Department of Education, we will continue to do right by our children and invest in Medford schools. While our immigrant neighbors are terrorized, we will continue to stand with them. And while our families struggle to get by, we will prove what we know to be true, that in the end, greed and cruelty lose. And in the end, it is justice that endures. And I am so grateful to be your partner in governing. I thank you to stand up and put your name on the ballot. I thank you for choosing to serve, and I thank you for choosing to fight for a future that is of all our children. Congratulations again, and thank you for having me.
If it's okay, I'm going to go a little off script for a second. Congresswoman, you mentioned gratitude. Gratitude, in my opinion, is the cheat code to a happy life. And what I mean by that is, if we can turn our thoughts into positive thinking, gratitude just happens to come. And I tell everybody, if we can focus on the positive, we're going to find the positive. Because our thoughts become our beliefs. Our beliefs become our behaviors become our habits become our character, and our character determines our destiny. And if we can start our day with a little bit of gratitude, there's a positive outlook right around the corner. I'd like to introduce City Council Member Zach Beers to give remarks, please.
I know you weren't expecting to hear from me and add yet another speech to our program, so I promise I'll try to be brief. I want to thank the mayor for accepting my request to make sure that the city council was represented today. I want to thank everyone who's spoken so far for bringing light into this space in an hour that I think many of us feel has been dark, especially the last couple of days. And I want to thank all of you for being here and joining us. We gather in these chambers once again at the start of this new year, filled with new possibilities for our beloved city. In recent months, I've been reflecting, we all share, our pride in Medford and how meaningful it is that we've each chosen to build our lives and our futures here. Our desire for a city government excellence and lives up to that expectation. Government that's not just a safety net, but a launching pad for us to do great things, both big and small, to make life better for all of us who call Medford home. These past few years, I've heard from too many people who say they've lost faith, who feel that we stand too far apart, who feel alienated from their neighbors, who aren't sure that we can come together and be excellent and do great things if we can't trust. Yet I stand here today with hope for renewal, hope for reconnection, hope that we can restore faith in our city and our council. It's up to each of us, especially our elected leaders, to reflect and act on the responsibility we share to make city government a place where we each have faith that by working together, our hopes can be made real. I'm happy to announce that the City Council will begin holding regular neighborhood ward meetings to hear directly from residents. This expands on the great work that Anna, Emily, Matt, and Justin did last term on the Resident Services and Public Engagement Committee by establishing our City Council listening sessions and council newsletter, and so much more. And I'm even more excited to announce that George and I will work in partnership on that effort, along with the entire council and our newest colleague, Councilor Liz Mullane. I will work my hardest to center compassion for our community at the heart of my work, because for each other, and at the very least, hear each other out with an open heart, even across our biggest differences and disagreements. That's the foundation of what it means to be proud of our city, of what allows us to strive for excellence, of how we work to restore faith in our city and in each other. We have great projects to accomplish for Medford over these next 2 years, especially our new Medford High School that we're about to hear about from Member Graham, and we must come together to achieve them. I will bring my deepest well of compassion and dedication to seeing those accomplishments become reality, and I welcome every neighbor to walk that path together. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome School Committee Member Jenny Graham to give an update on Medford High School.
Hello, everyone. Longo Kern for asking me to speak today, and for all the work that we've done together for the last 6 years. It feels like the longest and shortest 6 years of my life, as many of you know. I never really set out to be a politician, and I still don't think that quite fits what I would call myself, but talk a little bit about the high school. In my first campaign, my palm card said, "Develop a comprehensive and holistic plan to address the future of each of our school buildings." See, the first go around, you walk some fine lines because you want to be elected. I guess I am a politician after all. In that first year, I also said something like, work for increased and fair funding for our schools. Today, I'd be more direct. We need a new Medford High School, and our schools are underfunded and need more. So that's my 6 years ago. But what I've learned along the way is people appreciate that directness, and people appreciate people who will stand up and say, there's something wrong and we have to fix it. Scott and I have lived here and we are new by some standards, and we have been welcomed by many people who've been here much, much longer than us. And when our kids were very young, we had to go to Medford High School, and it was stunning. Like I stepped back in time. So I feel like I stepped further back in time than even my high school, and I graduated in 1995. My high school felt more modern in my memory than what I was looking at in Medford High School. And it actually gave me pause to say, is this really the place for us for the long term? And then, we put our kids in school and we got to know our neighbors, and we're like, yes, this is the place for us. But wow. The high school still looked like a relic, and I kept hoping that somebody would do something to fix it. So fast forward, here we are. Apparently, I'm one of the somebodies who would do something. And I'm super excited because we're finally getting to do something. For the record, the list of volunteers and the somebodies who are going to do something is in the hundreds at this point. It's becoming a very long spreadsheet that will get longer as we go. In 2022, we submitted a bid to the MSBA and we were finalists. But because of record inflation and the number of programs that were competing for a limited amount of money, we did not proceed, we did not go forward. In 2023, we did it again and we got in. So I was like, yes, as the kids say, let's go. But then we learned that this process is a process. And the MSBA takes its role as stewards of taxpayer dollars really seriously. So we've worked alongside them through the process, which is tedious at times, but we push, and I'm pushy, and we want to move fast because that's what our kids deserve. As the chair, we have found a bunch of equally pushy people willing to push through these initial phases just as fast as we can because this community values action over. In this instance, though, paperwork comes first. So that's what we've been up to for the last 2 years and what feels like an eternity. I am thrilled, though, to say that we're on the paperwork phase really rapidly. We've hired a project management company and an architect. They're on board and they're working hard and fast to explore the site, to understand, to talk to our educators, hundreds of them, and ask our educators to tell us what we want to do in this new building. Based on all the information, the architects will be presenting initial concepts this month to our building committee, which will be held, I believe, on January 14th. It's a Wednesday. What I've been told is that those will be like circles and shapes of where things might be on the property. So I think they want us to understand that this is a very beginning step. But we'll have initial cost estimates in February, and by June, we will have a design that will move forward. So although the paperwork seems to have taken an eternity, we're ready to move really quickly. I put out my own newsletter a couple of days ago that outlines some of these important steps in some more detail over the course of the next 3 months in particular. Please do tune into those opportunities to participate and provide input because this is a transformative that should have something for literally everyone in this city. This includes enhancing education for our students, making our vocational student services more available to the community and our seniors at large, preserving the pool, increasing the amount of field space that's available to our community sports teams, and creating a theater space that properly houses the arts we're so proud of. To my fellow elected officials being inducted today, welcome to the project. There is nowhere to hide. And this project is going to take all of us. I'm asking for your help to make sure that we hear from all corners of our community and that we work together, despite how we may disagree, to bring this project to fruition. We need to work together to maximize our state reimbursement for the project and to create revenue streams that alleviate the project's cost for our residents. A state grant to pay for half of the total cost is a good start, but we can do more. This project is for Medford, and the road ahead will depend on all of us. Since this is my 4th inauguration, I'll be direct. In the spring of 2027, we will need to work together to pass a debt exclusion to pay for our share of the high school project possible. That will be us. I'll be calling on each of you to participate at every step and make sure that we get this done. I'm also super excited to announce that we've secured 3 MSBA grants to replace our roof and HVAC systems at the Roberts, the Missatuck, and the Brooks. Just like the McGlynn and the Andrews, these systems are old. They're at the end of their life and they require replacement. These grants will pay for more than half of each project. So in a few short years, we'll have modernized systems and a new high school. And maybe we can finally stop talking about the internet at Medford High, which I know would be a welcome change to the educators and the students who spend a lot of time there. To all those listening here in person, online, or later, if you like to watch public access television, please reach out anytime. I take my role as an elected official seriously, and I care what's on your mind. Let's do this together, because for sure, sorry, that's the best way forward. Thanks.
So I just wanted to say, you know how they say that when you get married, if it rains, that's supposed to be good luck? Well, if you have an inauguration 2 times in a row and it snows, what does that mean? Something's telling me we made the right choice, so fantastic. At this time, I'd like to welcome up Bailey Kern to deliver the oath of office to Honorable Mayor Brianna Lungo. And I did it again. Here you go. I did it again. I was going to say, you see that? Class.
I state your name,
I, Brianna Lungo Kern,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as mayor of the city of Medford,
as mayor of the city of Medford,
according to the best of my ability
according to the best of my abilities
and understanding,
and understanding,
agreeable to the rules and regulations of the Constitution,
agreeable to the rules and regulations of the Constitution,
the laws of this Commonwealth,
the laws of this Commonwealth,
and the ordinances of the city of Medford.
and the ordinances of the city of Medford. Thank you. Great job, great job, great job. Congresswoman Clark, our state delegation, city council, school committee, RMC, my mother and father. Good morning and thank you for coming to the 2026 Medford inauguration. It will be my state of the city too, so bear with me. I do want to get a lot in and it's not everything, but I hope you've enjoyed our program so far this morning as much as I have. Thank you to Chris Sumar, our recovery coach, for bringing such energy to the hosting duties. Thank you to our newest poet laureate, Max Heinig, for his inspiring words, and Rabbi Jessica. Congresswoman Clark, for sharing your perspectives and all that you do for us and the state, and everyone who's making this ceremony possible. Thank you to the team who planned this event, led by our Community Relations Director, Lisa Coliani, and Director of Communications, Steve Smurdy, and my Chief of Staff, who both are here, who helped me write this speech. I also want to take this opportunity to recognize the tireless work of our department heads, city staff, and volunteers who have continued to do so many amazing things despite the challenges that emerge from running a city. The people who work here are some of the brightest and most dedicated people I've had the pleasure of working with. So to everyone who works in this building and for the city as a whole, thank you for making Medford such a special place. What makes Medford so special can also make it challenging at times for us electeds and us managers. We're all passionate about our community, making it more sustainable, making it more affordable, and making it more resilient for our future. But we are not perfect. Public service is not for the thin. It's hard and it's grueling and it takes a toll. But doing the hard work and making the hard decisions that you hope are the best decisions, privilege, and it's something we never take for granted. There is a privilege in doing something hard and taking the criticism. There's a privilege in adjusting your look, listening to other voices, and pivoting your view based on new information. There is a privilege in being tasked with guiding a community. For those getting inaugurated for another term, I know you share this with me. You wouldn't go the process of governing and campaigning again without having a deep desire. To those of you here for the first time, please cherish this moment and realize what is being bestowed upon you as an elected leader. Enjoy this day. Cherish the road that brought you to this point and never lose sight of the ultimate goal, serving all of the people of Medford with pride, purpose, and professionalism. I'm excited to continue the relationships with those re-elected and forge new partnerships with those for the first time. We have a lot of hard work to do, but I have faith in this group, and I look forward to moving Medford forward together with you all. For more than 4 decades, Medford has been governed by a city charter that no longer reflected who we are, how we operate as a modern, growing community. Written 40 years ago, our charter had become increasingly out of step with the needs of residents, city staff, and elected officials alike. As early as 2016, when I took my first vote as a city councilor to review the charter, I believed strongly that Medford deserved a governing document that was transparent, representative, and built for the future. Finally, together, our residents, our city council, our school committee, our state delegation, the Collins Center, myself, and most importantly, and the Charter Task Force, advanced a charter that modernizes Medford's governance while respecting our values and traditions. This included changes to council representation, mayoral term limits and lengths, and the overall structure of city government. Thank you so much to the voters for recognizing the need to revamp the charter and sharing in our vision for a document that better serves our community. As we reflect on the progress we've made together, few conversations about the future of our city are as important as the work underway to update Medford's zoning. Zoning shapes not just what we build, but how we live, how our corridors grow, and how our community adapts to opportunities and challenges. This comprehensive review is essential to guiding Medford into the next decade and beyond. That said, the journey has not been without its challenges. The speed and scope were outpacing the capacity of our residents and staff, and we needed to refocus our efforts on better communication and public trust. Thank you to the Medford City Council for collaborating with me on a path forward that puts our community first in this process. We are extending our contract with the Innis Land Group to continue work through May 2026 on critical areas including Medford Square, Tufts Institution, and Boston Avenue, while clearing the way for a broader request for proposals to be put out in March of 2026. As with all the work we do, we remain committed to open and transparent communication with the public. We know our responsibility on all issues, including rezoning, is to lead with honesty, accountability no matter what. After years of careful planning, we have taken a major step towards revitalizing Medford Square. The city has selected Transcom Real Estate as our partner in transforming 3 underutilized city-owned parcels behind City Hall into a vibrant, mixed-use destination. This project will create a true village square atmosphere and ensure ample parking for our seniors and patrons of the Chevalier Theater. Transom's proposal reflects the values we share as a city. It includes both market rate and affordable housing, anchored by a 13,500 square foot grocery store across from our senior center, and designed with pedestrian access and safety at the center. It is a vision that aligns with the comprehensive plan and advances the goals laid out in our RFP. A Medford Square that is walkable, welcoming, and filled with opportunity. As we activate the square, we are reconnecting our city to one of the greatest natural assets. This past summer, the Clippership Connector opened, linking more than 10 miles of continuous waterfront greenways and inviting residents and visitors of Medford in a new way. We are already seeing the results of this renewed energy. The opening of the Great American Beer Hall has created a new regional, strengthening our commercial tax base, and brought new life to Mystic Avenue. We finally have a coffee shop in Medford Square and another new one in West Medford. Yet as we grow, we remain aware of the challenges those successes can bring, namely as it relates to affordable housing. Medford is confronting a housing crisis that is shared across the region and the nation. We are meeting it head-on with a comprehensive approach that includes new funding tools, zoning reform, work from our Affordable Housing Trust, and stronger development partnerships. Through firm negotiations, we secured tangible community benefits from our 2 40B projects: safer streets, better transit access, more open space, and more affordable homes prioritized for Medford residents. I'm thrilled to see that both of these projects have shovels in the ground and are on their way to being built. Those 2 projects alone will bring in 161 affordable units to Medford. And we are ensuring that no one is left behind. Our commitment to veterans is unwavering. To many veterans facing housing instability, through a meaningful partnership, our office, our city, the Veteran Service Office, American Post Legion 45, Suffolk Construction, we are taking a critical step. Together, we are working to transform the American Legion site at 321 Winthrop Street into transitional housing that will provide veterans with stability and a clear path forward towards permanent housing. This effort reflects the best of Medford. Suffolk Construction has stepped up to fund a full feasibility study for the project and committed an additional $15,000 in facility upgrades. Through a community fund grant, the city is investing alongside them to ensure this project moves forward with care and intention. That is what true public-private partnership looks like: shared responsibility, shared purpose, and shared impact. As our city grows, so does activity in our neighborhoods. New residential and commercial projects bring new energy, new foot traffic, and inevitably, more vehicles on our streets. Growing demands that we plan not just for today, but for how people move safely and efficiently through Medford tomorrow. That is why we are making deliberate investments to improve traffic flow and create safer streets across our community. Through our Complete Streets initiatives in places like Haynes Square and Riverside Avenue, we are redesigning roadways to better serve every drivers, cyclists, pedestrians, and transit users alike. In collaboration with MassDOT, our state delegation, and the City Council, we've advanced plans to reconstruct high-crash intersections along Main Street. I want to thank our traffic and transportation team for leading this work and for expanding Blue Bikes across the city. We now have 16 stations, making sustainable transportation more accessible than ever, with the hope of opening 3 more in 2026. Safe, well-designed streets are not just a transportation priority. They are central to our development goals and to the safety of our neighborhoods. To support that vision, we are investing in the basics, our roads and sidewalks. With the dedication of our engineering team and Department of Public Works, we are making steady progress, although slow, on the decades of backlog. This year, we invested hundreds of thousands in sidewalks repairs and completed patchwork work improvements on 7 of our more heavily traveled roads. We have significant sidewalk repair on Salem Street, Park Street, and at the intersection of Spring and Central Avenue, just to name a few. We are also investing in our urban canopy and neighborhood appearance, removing nearly 400 tree stumps in 2025 and planting 200 new trees once again. Thanks to this amazing work, we now have less than 100 stumps left on our current list. We have not seen a number this low since 2009. We have also made targeted investments in the facilities at both Andrews and McGlynn to ensure our buildings support safe and conducive learning environments. We are beginning the work thanks to a second MSBA grant on the roofs at Missatuck, Roberts, and Brooks, another $20 to $25 million undertaking that the state will help fund. These investments are essential to maintaining strong, reliable school buildings, value we place on education in Medford. And as you just heard from Member Graham, we are at the forefront of transforming our high school into an innovative and state-of-the-art, best equipped to shape the young minds that will enter its halls. This effort is now in the feasibility study phase of the MSBA process. In the months ahead, the school building committee, which I'm proud to serve on, will begin exploring design options that reflect not only the needs of our students, but the values and aspirations of the entire Medford community. This will remain an open and transparent process. Residents will be continue to be invited to share their perspectives at community forums throughout 2026. This is how we build a Medford that honors its present and invests boldly in its future together. Some of the most valuable resources we have here in Medford are our extensive green spaces. As we continually work to maintain and improve these areas, the largest projects is Carr Park, which thanks to Congresswoman Clark for the very healthy grant, entered its first phase, and we will break ground on the second phase, or actually third phase, in the spring. Other projects around our parks include resurfacing the basketball and upgrading the splash pad at Cape and Park, adding a natural play area at Logan Park, shade improvements at Riverside Plaza, and much more. This is truly a team effort with many departments collaborating on these projects, including Medford Recreation, Procurement, Finance, CPA, DPW, and PDS who has taken the lead. Over the past year, we've been taking a closer look at how people get around Medford and what obstacles may be in place when trying to find your way through the city. Working with Mass Development and the design firm Over Under, we kicked off a citywide effort to improve our wayfinding so it's clearer, accessible, and more consistent, and more welcoming for residents, visitors, and businesses alike. The next step is refining these designs with the hope that project is finalized early next year. We are also making sure accessibility is front and center by working with the Institute for Human-Centered Design to review and draft sign types and host a focus group with people who bring a wide range of user perspectives. At the end of the day, this is about making Medford easier to navigate and more welcoming for everyone who spends time here. To better prepare our city for the future, we are continuously working to expand sustainable and climate-focused goals. Using the Climate Action and Adaptation Plan as our framework, we're laying out our strategies to reduce our energy and waste consumption throughout the community and mitigate the impending effects of climate change. Composting is a key way to reach our climate goals through sustainable waste management. Our curbside composting program with Garbage to Garden has been an enormous success, so 8,000 active households participating now. We're innovators in the space and have been highlighted by both regional and national agencies for our efforts. Expanding our composting program is essential to reducing the amount of waste we produce as a community. Recently, we secured $200,000 from the Mass Department of Environmental Protection to bolster waste reduction efforts and put us on to adjusting our trash collection strategy in July of 2027. I know you've heard about this. Trash is a personal topic, and I know everyone has an opinion on how we should move forward. We will continue with our community, listen to all of the data, and adjust our plans accordingly. Our new Keep Medford Beautiful chapter is another way we're keeping the city clean, accountability through action, and foster social responsibility for our public spaces. We have formed a committee who will help coordinate more neighborhood-centric cleanups and develop more ideas and plans on how we can help to beautify our downtowns and open spaces. So look for more information this spring. Our latest municipal vulnerability preparedness grant for $750,000 is currently funding our Medford Connects program led by our Office of Prevention and Outreach. This program connects vulnerable residents to essential city resources and funds a wide variety of programs and events throughout the city, including our amazing multilingual and multicultural community engagement team. Another way in which we are working for underserved communities through a $300,000 grant from the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center to create our Electrify Medford program, which aims to strengthen outreach and support for vulnerable communities. Our goal is to make it sustainable to all Medford residents. Medford is participating in the Mass CEC on-street charging program, which looks to reduce barriers to electric vehicle adoption for renters and residents without a dedicated driveway, garage, or parking space. Additionally, the city owns 11 operational Level 2 charging stations and plans to add more. We are also committed to making our facilities as accessible for the public as possible. I want to thank our facilities team, our school leadership team, and our DEI director for coordinating ADA projects at the McGlynn Middle School and here at City Hall that will help make the experience of interacting with public spaces more inclusive and efficient. I'm almost done, sorry. None of this work happens without the dedicated people who show up every day at City Hall to serve this community. Real progress only happens when you have the right people in place. People who lead with integrity, and are united around a shared purpose. That's been a core focus of my administration from day one. Changing culture is never easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. But we're doing it one day at a time, one department at a time, leading by example and making decisions on what's best for you, the people of Medford. Despite the noise, we are deeply committed to those values, and I'm proud to say that nearly everyone across City Hall shares that commitment. That's why we're able to get so much work done. We've also made important leadership moves to strengthen our operations, including hiring our interim superintendent, Suzanne Galusi, our new elections manager, promoting Chief Evans to our permanent fire chief, and hiring a new facilities maintenance director who starts in a couple weeks. And the results speak for themselves. Our 2026 budget earned the Distinguished Budget Presentation Award from the Government Finance Office yet again. Our community relations continue to grow from Lunar New Year to Porch Fest, Run Medford, and so many others. Our arts scene is thriving, including our inclusionary programming is expanding, and community participation has never been stronger. Thank you to everyone inside City who make this work possible. I could keep going, but I'm not going to. Last page. Thank you to the City Council and the School Committee for all the important hard work you do each day to improve the lives of our students, our staff, and our residents. Medford is lucky to have such caring, hardworking individuals leading their city, and I look forward to continuing this progress alongside you. Thoughtful collaboration is the key to unlocking the city's potential, and while each new term has brought with it tremendous partnerships, there's always an opportunity to strengthen our relationships, forge new ideas, and bring our city even closer together. To conclude, life to serve as your mayor. This is my home. It's where I choose to raise my family. It's where I chose to start a business and grow my career. Thank you to my family. I saw my husband pop in after hockey in the back, my daughter Bailey, Cody and Callaway, who are at hockey, my parents, Ed and Sue, for your support, your understanding, no matter what the day may bring. To conclude, I'll never take this job or the trust you've all put in my team for granted. I can't wait to continue this work and deliver even more success for everyone who calls Medford home. Thank you.
You want me to do this?
Yeah, just do it there.
All right, at this time, I'd like to welcome Assistant City Clerk Rich Alicio to administer the oath of office to City Council members.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chris. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as a member of the Medford City Council according to the best of my ability, understanding, agreeable to the rules and regulations of the Constitution, the laws of this Commonwealth, and the ordinances of the City of Medford. Congratulations.
You know what? I'll do it the way. Yeah, she's right. At this time, I'd like to welcome Stacy Clayton, who will be singing a song.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, and we're gonna work it out and move mountains. We're gonna work it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Yes, I'll rise up, high as the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise you I'll take the world to its feet and move mountains. We'll bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up. In spite of the ache, I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. All we need is hope. And for that we have each other. And for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, yes, we'll rise up. Rise like the day, we'll rise up. In spite of the ache, we'll rise up. And we'll do it 1,000 times again. Yeah, high as the waves, we'll rise up. In spite of the ache, we'll rise up. And we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you.
I have to say, what a beautiful song that was. That was amazing. Fantastic. At this time, I'd like to welcome back Rich Alicio to administer the oath of office to school committee members.
Thank you. School committee, please rise. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon me as a member of the Medford School Committee, according to the best of my ability and understanding, agreeable to the rules and regulations of the Constitution, the laws of this Commonwealth, and the ordinances of the City of Medford. Congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to welcome back Rabbi Jerome, who will lead us in the closing prayer.
This is a prayer called Tefillat Medina, which is usually translated as a prayer for our country. But the word Medina can also mean the city that we live in. This is a piece written by my hometown rabbi, Rabbi Mark Bloom of Temple Beth Abraham in Oakland, California. Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask you to bless our city, its government, its leaders, its citizens, and its land. We offer a prayer of gratitude for the precious gift of living in a place lived with sublime physical beauty, individual freedom, economic abundance, and a rich, magnificent history. We offer a prayer of thanksgiving for those who came before us, those whose sacrifices created a nation. We acknowledge that there are those in our city who are suffering as well. We offer a prayer of hope for those whose cups are empty, for those whose freedoms have felt curtailed, and for those who have not been able to share fully in all of our country's blessings. We offer a prayer of support to the leaders of our government, understanding that leading a city with such diversity and freedom is a daunting task. We offer a prayer of action to the citizen city, that we may understand our obligation to be involved in making our city a better place for all who live here. Our God and God of our ancestors, we ask you to bless our city, its government, its leaders, its citizens, and its land. And let us say, Amen.
If I could have the Medford Police Honor Guard, please retire the colors. That concludes our 2026 inauguration. I just want to thank everybody for coming out, thank everybody for being here, and please remember, be the best version of yourself today. That's all we can ask for. Congratulations.
Great job,
Is that
Chris.
okay?
That was good. Hey, it's my first one, so look good to me.
You and me both, brother.
Let's do one just the city. Yeah. Right? And we should have reformalized. 2 or 3 miles. Let's move forward. Let's all be here. You guys check down one or maybe. Yeah. This is, I think Jeremy